Hello and welcome to Edupedia World. So what we're looking at right now is just an image from Cinema 4D. It has just been rendered, and what we're looking at is 3 spheres, a cube, and I don't know what this is, some kind of a pentagon ball, and they are in this set up in this corner, and they've all got a lot of reflectivity. So this looks like just a normal image, and I've got the exact same image in this composition over here, but there's one key difference. And if we take a look at this image, for example, then you'll see all the different parts of the image have been baked together. So I've only got the RGB values for this image. I've not got like the reflections or the shadows or anything by itself. So if I were to, let's say if I wanted to change the shadows in this picture, I could try and do it. I'd first have to add this into a composition. So take my image, put it in here, add the curves adjustment. Then I can try and change the shadows, but I'm going to be changing the whole image. I can't just only pick out the shadows. I can raise the shadows a little bit and make them not as bright, but I'm going to be changing the whole image, and that's pretty bad if you want to only change the shadows. But if we take a look at this other composition, you can see in this composition right here we've only got the image, but in this other composition I've got how much? 6 layers, and the image looks exactly the same. And that's because I've done something called a multipass render, and that's where instead of baking all the layers together, you're going to receive the image as the separate passes. So an image consists of a diffuse layer, which is just the colors. Then we've got ambient occlusion, which is the ambient occlusion. We've got the speculars, which are the highlights, and the shadows. We've got the refraction, and the reflection. And if these are composited together in the correct way, they will make up the same image as this one. So you can see that here. So in this image we were not able to change our shadows or anything actually. We were only able to change it all together. In this image or composition, can I change all the parameters just like I want? So I can say the shadows. If I want to turn down the shadows, I can go into the shadow and change the opacity, and this way I'm able to change the shadows independently from the rest of the image. So I think this is a bit too much shadow. I'll just turn it down to something like 64, and there we go. We can also, let's say, change the specular because they are pretty bright. Turn them down something like 50%, and also the reflection is pretty bright, so I'll just turn that down a little bit. And you can of course do whatever you want. Let's say you would like to change the color of the whole image, and you could go into the Hue and Saturation and actually just add that to the diffuse on the bottom and start changing the hue, and that will change the color of just this layer, as you can see, and all the rest of these effects will just be added on top. There you go. So this is just some of the powerful techniques and workflows that you can do when you're using a multipass render instead of the normal image render. So it's now time that we take a look at how we can do this ourselves. Thank you for watching Edupedia World. Stay tuned for more videos.